they want to close their eyes towards things they would have never closed their eyes with anyone else, but for you they're making that exceptions. And there is that ending that prompted a new beginning, but ultimately I feel like you both have this blind faith in each other. Hello guys, what is up, what's going on? Today we're doing a reading for the beginning of May. Now we already posted 2 readings for May, so make sure you check them out. Maybe you resonate with just one of them, maybe both of them, I don't know, but there's so much going on in May that is very specific for Scorpios that I think, I already posted a bunch of videos, but we'll keep doing, for support, so that you guys are gonna make it, through all these transits that we're having now. And this specific reading, I want to focus a little bit around the energy of Venus squaring Neptune, which I believe will be like May 4th. But of course, this is something you might feel even longer than that. And some people say that it's like a negative aspect. I don't think so, because actually Neptune is something that helps us dissolve things. Neptune is imagination, Neptune is water. So I like Neptune. Like, I used to not like them so much, but I now like Neptune because Neptune is something which can help you if you do not allow yourself to be misled. You can actually consciously create in your life. For those of us who are very much into manifesting and all these things, Neptune is the planet that's your friend, because it dissolves what once were and helps you create something completely else. So how can this be bad? It's not bad in my opinion at all. So we'll focus on that. And of course, guys, watch this video if you're Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up before we get started. Links to private readings, Etsy shop still open as of the moment I'm recording this video. This is like a developing situation, so we'll see what we're gonna do. I have not found a different platform that I like more yet, but I'm looking. So for now, Etsy shop remains open for new clients as well. So yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do about this, but if you needed a private reading, as of right now, it's still there. I think there is a spot for a student. There is Vimeo, of course, you can stream on your own time. For the beginners in tarot, you can donate to the channel by joining membership, saying thanks under the thank you button. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get into this. Let's just see. So we're gonna use this deck. I feel drawn to that. We're also going to use an oracle. Just the question is which one? Let's go for this one. Oh no, not this one. And I'm recording this video on Sunday. It's so windy. We have like a tornado warning, and I don't know, I'm just like chilling recording this video. So hopefully everyone is also enjoying their time wherever they are. Let's get into this. Let's see. Let's see, guys, what is the general energy for you for the beginning of May, first week of May? And again, the energy of eclipse is very interesting because we have lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, right, which is your sign, and all of you will feel it, but especially those in the middle of the sign. But this is not just a lunar eclipse, it's also opposed by Uranus at I think 18 degrees of Taurus as well. So everything could be very unexpected. Many things could happen very fast and unfold in a very unexpected way during this eclipse. And also another thing, right on the date of this eclipse, we also have Venus squaring Neptune, Venus in Gemini squaring Neptune and Pisces. So yeah, pretty much it is going to be interesting. I'm excited for it. So I believe right on the 4th, so we're talking right now about the 4th and 5th of May, and we got this caterpillar opportunity. I feel like right on the 4th of May, there's going to be some kind of opportunity, perhaps. And it's something because caterpillars, right, is about the end of one form, which is very symbolizing of Scorpio too, because if you think about it, right, Scorpio is this death, rebirth, metamorphosis, transformation. Caterpillars are usually becoming butterflies, right? Caterpillar, something is over, but then it becomes butterflies. So this couldn't be, more fitting than the energy we're speaking about. So pay attention what happens. Oh, look at this on the 4th. And oh my God, guys, you cannot make this up. This card literally flew out, and we have here 31, which is, if you look at this in the reverse way, it's 13, which is, death card, Scorpio, right? But also 3 + 1 is 4, which we just talked about, 4, right? And we have here in the hand, the universe is your partner. Now, I believe the very latest video right before this that I posted was everything is in your hands. And this is so crazy because the next reading that we are doing here talks about the same thing. There is an opportunity and there's something that you literally have at the tip of your fingertips right now. And I feel like you just need to know that you cannot do wrong, that you know, look at this. This has to do with love. This has to do with love. We have here beloved, radical acceptance. Number 2, this has to do with love, and this has to do with you. Like, if this is what you've been manifesting, I feel like you got to get it now. I cannot make this up. Magician's sword, confidence in your magic. This was the main card for April. So it is something that you've already, I feel like, manifested in April, and now it's just like it's here. These are very powerful cards to get for this Venus square and for this eclipse, because what I'm seeing here is that there is an opportunity to really get what you always wanted. It is here. It's in your hands. And I feel like, in a way, sometimes we understand that things we want, like most people, let's get real, most people watch this channel and most of tarot channels or even astrology channels because they want love, they want to manifest that soulmate, maybe they already have someone in mind. Sometimes it's about also obviously a spiritual growth, money, stuff like that. But what I want you to kind of for a moment to, you know, kind of like experiment with is asking yourself, why do you want what do you want? And if what do you want is truly what do you want? Because in my journey, what I've experienced is that I always thought I was, oh my God, I want my soulmate so much, or I want this person so much and that person so much. But later on, I realized that it's not really these external things or people even that I wanted, but it was more so I wanted to have the power of decision and the power of knowing that I can control how my life can unfold. Not even control, but more like direct it. That it's, and in a way, sometimes we sort of like pick the most impossible, it seems like, right thing for us. Like, let's just say, if in life, early on in childhood, you struggled with acceptance, or you struggled, you know, with being loved and chosen, or had abandonment wounds, most likely in your hero's journey, the quest is going to be either about some kind of popularity. Maybe you want to be an artist who is recognized, or maybe you want that soulmate, that specific, maybe even person, because you want that feeling of being chosen, being loved. And yes, that's what you want. But ultimately, underneath it all, at least for me, what I understood was me wanting to feel powerful, me wanting to feel that I can actually get the things that I want, which maybe at some point of my life I couldn't get and I felt like I didn't have them. But it's not really about changing. Again, for you, it might be something different, but in my journey, when I went deep enough in understanding why do I create certain things, why do I want certain things, and why did I even have some struggles previously, was understanding that it's really not even about being loved and chosen and being the only one or whatever. It's about some state of being where I used to be when I was maybe a child, and I felt very powerless because I didn't have these things. And now it's reclaiming the power because I know that I can revert all these patterns. And what seemed to be the hardest thing to get, actually by getting that, but more so transforming myself internally, I am not powerless anymore, but powerful, because I was able to create that, even though it seemed so difficult and impossible and you name it, right? So think about it for a second. So many of you, right, are so focused on, oh my God, I want this person to remove the third party and the fourth party or whatever, or the second party, I don't know. Like, it's not about them. That's not what matters. You think it does, but it doesn't really. It's you who matters. And the moment you start thinking that it's me who matters, it's me who really wants to have that power in my reality, right, over the things that I'm manifesting, that's when everything changes. I had a situation, and again, this is extra reading, so I need to tell the stories to really kind of demonstrate what I'm teaching here, right, what I'm reading here. I had this story where, like, it became so obvious that this whole matrix is real. It knows my fears. It literally shows me on every corner that thing that I don't want to see, like, was obvious. It was honestly, maybe it was if it was less obvious, like, I would have not figured it out, but it was so obvious. And then one morning, when I already shifted kind of like my story, I was like, listen, that's not my story, which is why, because I've already overcome that, I've already won, that's not anymore part of my reality. Like, I wouldn't even react to it, I wouldn't even notice it, right? Really, like, living in the end and manifesting terms, it means something like that. And it was so funny because I was walking and I thought I saw something, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to react to it. I'm not going to react to it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because why? I know, I was kind of triggered, right, by this, but at the same time, I also know that it's not my part of my story anymore. I don't identify with the circumstance. I don't identify with the situation. And believe it or not, like, I don't know if I was tripping or if what it was, but I thought that the person who was in front of me, who triggered me, was carrying one thing in its arms. But as I walked closer, it was not that thing that I didn't want to see. Instead, it was a bunch of like papers and a bunch of different packages, whatever. Basically, it's like, it was so freaking crazy. I saw how a circumstance, like an agent of the Matrix, if you want to call it this way, literally transformed into something else right in front of me. And I was like, you know what, I'm just never going to question myself from now on. That's how it's going to be. And you got to get to the state of that type of knowing. It's like, right, it's not about believing even necessarily. I mean, belief is important. It's not about thinking, it's about knowing. Once you can get yourself to the state that I know that I'm going to get what I want, I know that, this is life destined for me. Honestly, absolutely nothing can stand in your way, because all these cards even confirm this. There is some kind of opportunity to finally finish one stage. So you might have been in a certain stage, maybe even since the solar eclipse that we had in Scorpio. When was that? In October, late October. You might have been in one stage of transformation, and now it's time for this caterpillar timeline where you were prepared to become a butterfly, to finish and become a butterfly. An opportunity is there. Also, this is about something like not looking at anything as it's against you, but looking at everything around you as it's working for you. Even things that seemingly seem to be in the way, like if you can shift your mind instead of seeing things as problems, like instead think like, this is exactly happening for me to get, my desires and for me to get more empowered, it's gonna shift. And it's not about like, I think spiritual teachings, most of spiritual teachings, which like, I'm not someone who submits to spiritual teaching so much. I feel like we should make our own spiritual quest and spiritual teaching rather than follow a teacher, a guru, or someone like that. I don't know if it's our generation, or it's Mars in the ninth house that I have this, like, it thinks this way. But it's like, in my opinion, spiritual teachers and just spiritualities across the world make a shitty job empowering people, because everything always talks about either waiting or surrendering or, giving up, letting go. Like, I don't know. I feel like most spiritual teachings are about that. Like, let go of your earthly desires, let go of your emotions. I don't know. I don't agree in that. But I do think that if we let go of this logical mind, that's been programmed to think in this very materialistic way, that everything is final, what you see physically is what's going to unfold. If we let go of that, then, that's interesting things start happening. So here it's like you've grown through this process, you're ready to be this butterfly, you see how everything is working for you. And I think a final also shift and transformation here has to do with, even like we think, like I'm personally, obviously I always reference movies like Matrix and stuff like that, but like I shifted myself to that point where I even started seeing like the Matrix, quote unquote, as a friend, because it's helping me ultimately to transcend and to become like the most powerful version of myself. It's almost like the more it's trying to like do all these things, and like I don't even see it as a negative. Like I see like, my God, like I'm just learning so much. So I don't know, for you it could be obviously different experiences, but I think power, Scorpios, guys, we haven't gone through a year and a half of freaking eclipses to just be the same people we were a year and a half or 2 years ago, or even a year ago. Eclipse, in a way, the South Node eclipses, South Node itself helps you to completely dissolve what you were before, because from that state you could have only created so far and so much. But once you can disidentify in a way with your old circumstances, your old story, who you were before, if you can abandon that and disidentify with that, and from this other state create something new, anything is possible. And for you, I feel like the journey might have been very much about love. Maybe you wanted to be radically accepted by someone, your darkness, your light, your deepest dark secrets. Like I had a post on Instagram a few days ago where I was like, anyone could love, right? Like a hero, a chosen one, like Skywalker in Star Wars or whatever. Who could love Darth Vader, right? I'm not telling anyone to become Darth Vader, but I'm just saying, like, for some of you, you crave that radical acceptance of another individual where they could see even your darkness and still love you. But, you know, you have to give it to yourself first, because really I feel like you maybe have struggled with accepting certain parts within yourself. And maybe sometimes even we're always taught, right, like it's bad, it's selfish for you to desire this, to desire that. You shouldn't want to make this much money, or you shouldn't want to be with that person, whatever. But like, who is there deciding like what's happening in our head? Like, I'm not telling, right, you should do any bad things or bad actions, whatever bad means to you. But if we live our life that even when we are alone in our room and we are not allowing ourselves to just think and dream and really as a free mind wander and observe different things, like even if in that state we are judging our desires and judging our perception of reality and judging what's like where our mind goes, are we really free? Or is there someone constantly, you know, controlling us? Like, ask yourself, because I've definitely had this when I was younger, where I would start imagining all these crazy, amazing things for myself. And then it's almost like I had to cut myself off, because I was like, oh my God, no, I cannot. This is not possible. Maybe this is not good or whatever. But who gets to decide what's happening in your head? Like, you know, it's something about freeing your mind in that kind of way and allowing yourself to want what you want, not guilt-tripping yourself about this. Most of us been programmed from early childhood, right, by parents who are like, no, you're setting yourself up for failure, this is too good to be true, or like, you know, what this happens, where's your plan B? And this is slavery, really, in my opinion. Because you are never truly free unless at least you yourself decide to go on that quest. Like, we never know where we're gonna end up, right, necessarily, but to at least go on that journey knowing that you can have anything you want, and to go and to like initiate that quest. Like I always say, it's better to fail at the pursuit of something great than to succeed at settling for the ordinary. And I don't know, Scorpios are greatness. Like all four fixed signs are greatness in their own way, but Scorpio, because of its death rebirth power, is, in my opinion, the most powerful sign in the zodiac, because Scorpio is one sign that can completely burn down, dissolve, you know, like its old state of consciousness and being, and create from nothingness something else. And that's the ultimate power of creation. That is the creation, actually, because from one fixed state you can only go that far. But if you can constantly go through that transformation and change your mindset, change yourself, transform yourself, you are infinite in what you can create. And from all the 12 zodiac signs, it is Scorpio who's given that power. So yeah, basically have confidence in your magic now, and know that whatever it is you've been manifesting, it's done now. And look at this bottom of the deck, Moon Maiden, new beginnings. You will see how this new beginnings are actually like everything happens. Like everything happens. I don't know what else I wanted to say here, but it's getting too long, so let's go into your tarot. I'm going to timestamp this too. Let's go into your tarot. Let's look at you and versus your person. Okay, first row you 7 of Cups. Second row 8 of Cups. Ooh. King of Pentacles. We have King of Cups. Once again, you have some choices in love to make. And we have here Hanged Man. You will leave one person, I feel like, out in the cold. 7 of Wands. Okay, let's move. We take one more. And 2 more came up. We have 6 of Wands with 3 of Cups. So 8 cards today. Did not expect that. Second row, your person. We have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Page of Swords, we also have the Five of Pentacles, Six of Cups. I hear they remember what they promised. Five of Wands, Ace of Wands, and we have here Page of Pentacles. Okay, one more for them too. Yes, the Moon. Sorry guys, I don't know, for whatever reason today it doesn't fit the frame. Usually it does. I'm not sure why. Did I move something? Anyway, let's talk about this. So your energy is, I feel like with the Seven of Cups, especially to the Eight of Cups, you've been on a journey. You've been figuring things out. You've had choices and options presented to you. With Seven of Cups here, as you can see, right, there's all these different things in front of him. But you chose something possibly specific. You know, it's like you could have maybe gone in lots of different directions. It could be with careers, it could be with people, it could be with just your own choices in life. It's almost like there's been many different quests, many different possibilities of where you could have gone. But you chose something. Here we have the Moon, right? And I feel like with this Eight of Cups, there have been moments where you were thinking, what if I chose something else? What if I went in a different direction? But I'm getting that for whatever reason, maybe this time, first time in your life, instead of sort of like going, making it halfway and then turning around and going in a different direction, you actually decided, just for the experiment, maybe just for the sake of it, you decided to keep going just for the experiment. Sort of like, I don't even feel like necessarily maybe you wanted that thing so much, maybe you did, but I feel like you decided just to see what happens if I don't give up. Like, you already know, right? Whether in relationships, whether in career, whatever it is you're pursuing, there is usually that moment where everything in your physical world is showing you the opposite of what you want, and you already know how it feels to give up. You know that shitty state where you're like, I misled myself, this was so stupid, once again it's not working, why, poor Scorpio, me, everything, all this shit happens all the time. You know how it goes, right? But this time you were kind of like, I already know where that road goes. It's kind of like, you know, in the Matrix, you know where that road goes already. You've been there so many times where everything just suddenly maybe went like to shit. And I'm not saying it happens now. I feel like this is the past. I'm just showing where you've been. And this time you are like, listen, but what if I just keep going? Even if it doesn't make sense, even if this is completely counterintuitive, against all logic, against everything I'm shown and everything I'm seeing, what if I just keep freaking going? And I think that you started noticing something strange, that maybe you were shown something in your physical world that, you know, was supposed to make you definitely give up. Like, come on, it's common sense. But then you're like, but like, it's almost like you, at some point, I think in your consciousness and your awareness, when you rise above just being sort of like reactive to everything you see, if you can detach and observe, you start seeing that it's almost like there is some kind of algorithm that knows your deepest fears, that knows your deepest insecurities, that knows your deepest desires as well. And it's sort of like calculating you into your next move, what's expected from you. Right? Sort of like the algorithms. If I like a bunch of pictures of cute puppies on YouTube right now, it's going to show me a bunch of pictures of cute like videos of cute puppies. You know what I mean? Like, if I watch a shit ton of, you know, terror videos, it's going to do the same, whatever it is, right? But like, what if you go the other way? What if instead of doing what's expected of you, you suddenly choose to like, okay, everything told me I should give up, but you know what, I'm gonna actually keep going. I don't know why, and I'm not sure, but let's do it. And I feel like as you decided to do that, you actually started seeing how it's almost like all that was dark started illuminating your path. And you got very close to what you wanted. And now it's interesting because with King of Cups to the King of Pentacles, it's almost like you've made it to your desired point, but there is a choice yet to make. And you're questioning something about this choice. We have here Hanged Man, which is letting go of something, but with the Seven of Wands, you know that the time has come, and it's like maybe for some of you, you're visualizing yourself where everything has already happened and unfolded how you want it to, which is why it's almost like you're consciously moving into that state, choosing that reality, which means everything that supports it, you give your attention to. Everything that does not, you just don't give your attention to it. And I'm seeing that there is a social event, definitely. 6 of Wands, 3 of Cups. It could be that you will be more social in May in general, maybe even around eclipse, which I know sounds kind of like, you know, like really going out on eclipse, but I feel like you could. And you win. I don't know what it is, but something about the social events. And remember, guys, on May 20th, we also have Mars entering Leo. So I feel like something maybe even from May 4th, May 3rd, May 4th, May 3rd, May 5th, something along those lines, to May 20th, when Mars goes into Leo, could be very, very interesting process for you. I'm not sure what it is. Something midnight, I'm not sure. It's interesting. We'll look more, but let's look at your person. 10 of Pentacles with a Page of Swords. Your person wants to make sure you see them in a very specific way. I honestly don't know who resonates with this, but they want to see you. They want you to see them as very successful and wealthy. That's what I'm getting. I don't know if they're actually like that. I'm not saying they're not, or like they are, but I'm just saying they could be successful. They could be as well off, whatever. But what I'm seeing here is not whether they are or aren't. I'm seeing that they want you to see them in a very specific way. I'm not sure why. I will discover. Because they know you're watching them, and I feel like this like kind of thing that you both are right now watching, analyzing each other. I don't know what kind of way you want to see them. I feel like you don't care if they see even the creepy parts of you. In fact, you sometimes entertain that version of you where they're like, look, I'm this crazy, can you handle this? Maybe it's just for some of you, this message, I don't know, but like with the 10 of Pentacles to Page of Swords, they know you are watching them, and they want you to see them as a person who is on some kind of level, okay? They also know that there is other people that you have options with. 5 of Pentacles, they do actually have, I feel like, not everything as smooth as they may be portraying. I know these cards are really like creepy and dark, but not everything is as smooth. There might be some kind of partnership out, like I feel like if there was romantic partnership, that's already done, but there might be some kind of work partnership in their life that could also fall apart. You know, I'm just, that's like, again, if it's happening, it's already been happening. Look at this. It's just a thought crossed my mind to pick up to see what's at the bottom. And literally, as I'm talking about this, we got the Magician with the Tower is at the bottom and the Magician. So yeah, there is definitely something going on here. 6 of Cups. Their feelings for you. What was that million years old ago song? Feelings for you, something real. They want you to see. Okay, so this is about the quest, whatever that quest is, because these cards are actually connected. In 6 of Cups, we see these two little, you know, like a guy and a girl, and you see right there's all these other cups, which are later on becoming 7 cups. In 6 of Cups, he is holding the crescent moon, so something that started either with a new moon, maybe even 6 months ago, or it could be also, of course, if we go deeper, it could be something like maybe you have some kind of contract, soul contract with this person. Maybe you, like, I don't know, promised each other before you were born to find each other, some kind of stuff like that, and something that's divinely watched, right? There were also all other choices, all other different things, but I feel like at some point you or this person have woken up to listen, even though here, right, there's children, and here there's a grown man, right? Like, you... like at some point either you or them woken up and been like, no, that's what I've been, like I might have entertained other things before, but this is what's my life purpose is. For somebody, there's a like actual realization that, listen, I've done other things before, there's been other things in my reality, but this is actually a person who I literally was born to meet. I don't know who resonates with this. Again, you know, you do you. If you know, it's not something I can tell you whether it's your story or not. You have to know if it's your story or not, because I get sometimes this private readings requests where people asking me, is this a divine connection? I'm like, divine connection or not, it's something you need to know, right? It's like, it's your quest ultimately to know these things or not. And it's like, you know, again, always referencing the Matrix movie. I just don't think there is any better thing to reference, but it's like, you know, when Neo goes to Oracle and she tells him, you know, being the one is like being in love. No one can tell you if you're in love or not. You just know, right? You gotta know this thing. So, you know, something to mention here. Oh boy. So yeah, for somebody there is like a realization that, listen, that's what I was born for. Yeah, sure, I had created all these great things in my life and they were maybe amazing. And I've had other relationships and I've had other partnerships, but this is the person I literally came into this world for. So, okay, what do we do with that? That does create some conflicts of interest, I think, with Five of Wands. There is going to be some things that are going to be dropped out of their life and out of your life. For those who are coming into this. With the Ace of Wands, there's so many things that are written. I don't know if you or them writing a lot. It's important somehow. Page of Pentacles to the Moon. Something that almost feels like, I don't know how we're going to make this. We make this. Interpret how you want. I don't know if this is a good place to pause or not. Let me just see. What have they realized about this? We have here Four of Pentacles. We have here Eight of Swords. They realize that there's been something preventing you and them to come together before. It had to do with money. I don't know why money is important here. Chariot, Six of Pentacles, but there is a sense of like, I recognize you, I know you. Okay, hold on, let me... Cards got mixed up. Anyway. Oh my gosh. Had somebody come clean my place and I don't know how this happened, but anyway, never mind. So let me just see. Let me see, what have they realized here? Five of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. They realize that you are the key. Yeah, Temperance. You're the key, and something is gonna have to end anyway. Something ended already anyway with the Magician, Queen of Pentacles. Because again, look at this, what I just said, the key. And we get this. This, I don't know if you can see in the focus, but this basically Queen of Pentacles in this deck. She holds a key. You're the key, and with the Strength card, it's essential to fight for this. Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, but I feel like maybe you have already resolved all of this. It's just what they are coming to. Two of Cups, that this is pure. And yes, sometimes we do things that maybe at first seem like, oh my god, what the heck are you doing? But they start realizing that you two are like literally a part of each other. You two are the same thing, same matter. I have no idea how this works. Same soul, something like that. Anyway, we'll take this to the extended. We're gonna learn more. I want to learn specifically more. What is this social stuff happening here? What is this path that's being illuminated? Why are they trying to show you something that might not necessarily be 100% true? Again, Venus square Neptune, one of the things here is that, yes, some of the things presented to us might not necessarily be true, but at the same time, I do feel like their realization that, like, this is literally what I'm here for, and I have to do everything for this to move to where it needs to be is here too. So we'll go deeper into this. Link to the extent is going to be down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. We'll talk soon. Bye.